She's so fine. Hell of her blows my mind. Hell of her lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Christmas Eve. I hope everybody is enjoying their Christmas Eve with their family. But I am here thinking about Shanquella Robinson because she is not here for her family to enjoy her. So this video is also going to be regarding Nancy Grace's Crime Stories podcast from December the 19th. But this particular video will focus on Joe Bruno, who is a news correspondent with WSOC-TV out of North Carolina. And for those that aren't aware, he has been running his legs off trying to locate the Cabo 6. And I'm going to show you just a short clip of him doing just that.
Well, federal and international investigations are still ongoing into the death of Shanquella Robinson, and I'm still trying to get a hold of the people that were on that trip with her. One of the hundreds of cases on the docket in the Gaston County Court Thursday morning belonged to one of the people who went on the trip with Shanquella Robinson. He pleaded guilty to a minor speeding charge, only having to pay $15 plus court fees. Our hope was to talk to him after the case. But he wasn't here. An attorney appeared on his behalf and told me he isn't representing him in the Shanquella Robinson case. Since nearly everyone on the trip with Robinson has changed or disconnected their number, we hit the road trying to get in touch with them in person. No one was present at the first home in Jamestown. But as I rang the doorbell, I noticed a business card taped to the door. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office declined to comment, citing an ongoing investigation. We had no luck in Winston-Salem at a home associated with another person on the trip. And after a 45-minute ride to another home in Greensboro, I was told the person who was on the trip no longer lives there. Because no suspects or people of interest have been identified in this case, we are not naming any of the people that were on the trip with Shanquella Robinson. And as we have been reporting, the state attorney general did issue an arrest warrant for one of the people on the trip. At this time, we have not been able to confirm any arrest has been made, and the state attorney general's office is not identifying that person at this time. Reporting live in North Charlotte, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Now, in that short clip, the first home that he visited was the last known address for Daejhanae Jackson. The second home that had the Ring doorbell, that is Alysse Hyatt's last known address. And the third and final home that he went to was Winter Essence Donovan's home. And I know this just because the addresses were circulating around on Twitter, and it's very easy to see the addresses on the homes. Now, the one home did have the business card on it, and he is going to get into that on this podcast with Nancy Grace. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to that now.
I don't understand that. I know you said you had to go looking for him, and you're the investigative reporter. They've deactivated their social media, they've changed their cell phones, and they're hiding out from their apartments. Okay, I have faced that maybe 1,000 times prosecuting a case. Of course they leave, because they know they're in trouble. But that should not stop local police from finding them. What are you learning, Joe? Just give me some good news. Give me any news.
One of my door knocks to an address associated with the person believed to have attacked Shanquella in that video. While no one answered the door, I noticed a business card taped to the door for the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office investigator. Forsyth County would be the county that issues a warrant because that's the county that she resides in. But that tells me, at least, that there are local authorities actively attempting to get in contact with the people that were on this trip.
You mean arrest or sorry, Marianne? I know you nicely said get in contact. Okay, Joe Bruno, that is giving me a little bit of good news. Quill along, did you hear that? This guy, Joe Bruno, WSOC-TV, is out trailing, tracking, trying to find the people involved with your sister's homicide, and he could tell that at least in one instance, the cops had already been there. Local cops. That's what we need. Local cops finding them, getting them to court, because there are arrest warrants. We just need them extradited. What about that, Quilla?
That's a start. I mean, because before Joe Bruno information, I really didn't think they was doing anything, looking for anybody. I can't believe that it's taking this long.
That's a sad how do you do that the dead girl's sister and mother have to find out from WSOC Joe Bruno, no offense to you, Bruno, that the cops are trying to find these women. I mean, and the one guy. Why do they have to hear it here on Crime Stories?
You know, Nancy, obviously I've never worked for the DOJ, but when I heard there is a business card tacked to one of the perps' doors, it seems just so paltry and so small, because you know these perpetrators, just like they videotaped everything, you know there's a web expanding outwards to their friends, their family, frantic calls, people they're trying to get in touch with to kind of cover up their tracks. So while I've never tracked somebody down, except for my own husband maybe, I've never tried to look for somebody, it seems like the tracks should be pretty clear. And, you know, when you've been a victim of a crime, the worst thing is ambiguity and the unknown. In the face of the unknown, I've said this so many times, we read our worst possible fears. Give the family something, give them a little drop of hope, a little tidbit, something that they can hold on to.
Well, you know, another thing too, Irv Brandt joining me, Senior Inspector at US Marshal Service International Investigations Branch, was Chief Inspector at DOJ, Department of Justice, International Affairs. It goes on and on. He was also at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica. This happened in Mexico near Cabo. Irv, there is a trail a mile wide. And I'll tell you, number one thing to do, get their credit cards, get their subpoena, easy, show up, don't wait for them to mail them. Find out where they're charging and where those bills are going, where they hang out. I mean, do they charge every single day at the soup shop on the corner? Then go there and sit there and wait and get them. I guarantee you, finding their new cell numbers, finding where they're spending money, what ATM do they go to get their cash? That's how you're going to find them, Irv.
That's correct, Nancy, and I'm sure once the warrants are issued, the federal warrants are issued, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service, the local authorities will do exactly what you're talking about.
They're issued, Irv. They're issued.
I'm not talking about the arrest warrant out of Mexico. You can't arrest someone on a foreign arrest warrant. They have to be arrested once the U.S. District Court issues the extradition warrant. And to my knowledge, those haven't been issued yet.
You know, another thing I would do pronto, I would go to mommy and grandma and auntie, and I would put some pressure on them and let them know there is no mommy-daughter privilege. Oh, no. And if they are hiding these women and this friend, this male friend, if they know where they are, if they are harboring a fugitive, I would put them under the jail right along with the defendants because they are obstructing justice. Quilla Long, what about this guy, this friend guy? Who is he? Don't y'all know where he lives?
Yes, but he's no longer in that house.
I bet he's not.
They have to be with a relative, staying with a relative. I don't even think his mama is even going to work. Last thing I heard, that I don't even believe she works there any longer.
Really? So is everybody clearing out, Quilla? I mean, help me. Tell me what's happening. What do you know? You know these other women went to college with her, and I would say, you know, they have college degrees, so they're not complete idiots. They did video a homicide, so they may be back in the idiot category.
They are.
But you know who the guy is. Who is the guy? What is his name?
Khalil Cooke.
Say what?
Khalil Cooke.
That's right, Khalil Cooke.
Khalil Cooke.
And he is no longer at his house. Is his mother still at his house?
Neither one of them are there. They're both gone.
Oh, so he's snugged up with mommy. Okay, Irv Brandt, what do we do now?
Track them all.
Track them both. Yeah, you're right.
And everyone associated with them, Nancy. They're not going to be able to get away once those U.S. warrants are issued. They're going to be taken into custody fairly quickly. I'm sure they're tracking them now in anticipation of the warrants. And then once they have the warrants, those people, however many warrants are issued, those people will be taken into custody. Then they will be extradited back to Mexico. They don't have a political leg to stand on. We extradite people back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico on a daily basis. It's going to happen.
Now, at least we know that something is going on. And when I looked up Investigator W.A. Fry, I found him, and he is with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Department. And what I also found is that the Fry name there in Forsyth County, it runs deep, okay? The county court clerk is also a Fry. There is a judge that is a Fry. A lot of political figures that are Frys. But I checks everything out. And it's interesting because the counties that fall under Forsyth County is what makes it so strange to me. What's strange about it to me is that the last known city where Daejhanae Jackson resided was Jamestown, North Carolina. And Jamestown, North Carolina is actually in Guilford County. So it's got me kind of throwed because I'm wondering why a Forsyth County sheriff investigator is trying to contact Daejhanae Jackson in Guilford County, and why a Guilford County sheriff's detective is not the one that's leaving his card. So that kind of threw me for a loop, because where I'm at, that doesn't happen. My county takes care of my county. The next county, sheriff's department, takes care of that county. So I don't know how it works there, but I did find that to be a little bit on the strange side. Joe Bruno is working his legs off on this case. And he did mention about the Gaston County court case. And I'm not sure who he's speaking on with that, about the speeding ticket. But I kind of want to think that it's Nazeer Wiggins, just because his mama's saying that he's got an attorney. Well, it's a vague statement. And the attorney told Joe Bruno that he's not representing him on the Shanquella Robinson case, but instead just on this speeding ticket. So technically, if you want to get technical about it, his mama didn't lie about that. He did have an attorney, just not on this case. So that's my thinking behind that. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just my opinion. But I definitely wanted to highlight Joe Bruno's work with WSOC-TV because he is really out there digging into this case. And so anything else that I hear from Joe Bruno, I will definitely bring it to the channel because it is newsworthy. He is actually out there getting stuff done. So I'm going to end this story on this note, but I will be back with another one because I will not let this case go by the wayside. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.